And now, introducing your host, LFA.
What's up, brothers? Hope everybody's doing well out there. The title of this video is Never Fall in Love with the Fantasy of Who You Want a Woman to Be, and instead just accept her for who she really is. I made this statement a couple of weeks ago in a video, and there's been a lot of people that have asked if I would elaborate, and go into more detail about this subject. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. We're going to unpack it a little bit, and hopefully we can provide some clarity to a lot of people out there. Provide solutions to a lot of your problems. And this could help both men and women. So anyways, I get a lot of calls from a lot of unique people, a lot of emails from people, and they think their situations are, something that only they experience. They think there must be some sort of a flaw or something wrong with their strategy or their approach in the dating game. So that's the sort of solution that they want. They want an answer, something they can change, a quick fix that can fix their problems. I'll have people that will call in with issues like, I'll just give you a couple of examples. Sometimes I'll have guys call and they'll say something like, hey, I've just met this girl. I really like her. I asked her out on a date. She said yes. We went out for ice cream. We went to the park. We were having a really good time. We decided to go to a bar. We got a drink. Things were really going well. We got in my car. She started kissing me. She started sucking me off. She climbed on top of me, so on and so forth. And, everything went so well. And I called her the next day and I asked her if she wanted to do it again. And she made up an excuse, or she was busy. And, for 3 weeks now, every time I've asked her, she's been busy. And it takes her a long time for her to text me back, and so on and so forth. And the guy's like, what should I do? And it's like, well, what do you want me to tell you? I can give you a possible solution. I can tell you what maybe you should say to her, or maybe you should go no contact. Maybe you should try to make her miss you and make her reach out to you. I can give you a possible solution. But the real solution is that you had a fantasy version of her in your head. You thought she was going to be this perfect girlfriend, this wife, this woman you were going to go out with, you were going to have so much fun with her, and then you were just going to escalate things, escalate the relationship, and move it to the next stage. But that's not who she really is. That's a fantasy version of her that you created. What she really is a suck and a fuck. I hate to put it like that, but that's what she is. There's a reason why she's single. Most women want to lock in a man. But this is a woman that goes out with men. She sucks them, she fucks them, and then she goes on with her life. That's just the fact of the matter. So you can go over this in your head and think there's something you did wrong, or think there's some sort of a strategy or something you can change to get her to commit to you. But in reality, she has served her purpose. She's utilized her skill set. She has nothing else to offer you. So she's going on with her life, and now you're wanting her to come back. So, again, why waste your time? Just accept her for who she really is. In all actuality, she didn't do anything wrong. You did. You're the one that assumed she was something that she was not. So, that's just one scenario. It could be a situation like I'll have guys that will say something like, I've met this girl, we exchange numbers. She acts like she really likes me every time I see her, but, when I try to get her to go on a date with me, or I invite her over to my place, she always has an excuse. She never wants to do it. She goes hot and cold. She's really warm at times, affectionate, love bombing, and then she pulls back. Sometimes she goes as far as to unfollow me on social media, so on and so forth. What can I do to get her to stop playing these games? Like, these games are childish, these hot and cold games. How do I get this to stop? And it's like, again, I can provide you with a possible solution. I can tell you to go no contact. I can tell you to, display high value in some way, shape, or form. I can tell you maybe a couple of lines that you should say to her. But in all actuality, you have this fantasy version of her in your head. You think she's mature enough for a relationship, she's ready for that. But who she really is this girl that wants to play these games. It probably has something to do with it makes her feel good when guys chase her. So she likes to talk to them. She likes to get her hooks in them and get them on her game board. But she never wants to take action. And every time you try to take action, she pulls back. And, that's just the way that it is. She's going to keep doing that. She's going to keep playing these games. And there's probably not a whole lot that you can do about it. And it's because you've created this fantasy version of her in your head. You have to accept her for who she really is. So the only real solution you can have is, like I said, accepting people for who they really are, and then getting out there and playing the field. I hear a lot of complaints from a lot of people, men and women, that the dating game is harder than ever. It is becoming increasingly difficult with all of these factors. Dating apps, social media, the fact that people have disassociated sex with commitment nowadays. So people are going on the dating apps, they're just hooking up with random people, they're going to bars, they're going to clubs, they're doing all this shit. And the idea of a normal, healthy relationship is very difficult for a lot of people to fathom, right? So people are having these problems, and it's like, well, you can't change what other people are. The only thing you have a grip on is who you are and what you want. So if you know in your head you want a relationship, or you know in your head you want a friend with benefits, you want a one-night stand, maybe you just want a normal friend to talk to, whatever it is, you know what you want. So it's up to you to get out there and play the field and find that. Dating apps aren't a bad thing. Social media is not a bad thing. I think it's easier than ever to meet people because of the dating apps, because of social media, because there is a gym on damn near every block. There's a church, there's workplaces, there's jobs that hire both men and women. Everywhere you go, you see people that you're attracted to. You see people of the opposite sex that you're attracted to, that you could potentially get to know, you could potentially hook up with. So the people that are saying it's harder than ever, the reason they're saying this is because they think people have too many options, right? There's just way too many options out there. And it's like, well, that's a simple fix as well. Increase your value. How do you do that? Lift weights, get jacked, make some money, and climb dominance hierarchies, social dominance hierarchies. So increase your social status, work out, and make more money. It's not that difficult. I know people, people have all these excuses and all these complaints, but you can do that. It should be a good thing, because that means women have access to you. You're one of those options. So your goal should be to be one of the best options. The rational male says men love idealistically and women love opportunistically. It's very true. And it actually fits in this video very well, doesn't it? Because, the guys that I was talking about early on in the video, they have this idea, this fantasy version of what they think a woman is supposed to be like in a relationship. And they're not finding it because they're loving idealistically, which is fine. But instead of actually taking the time to find somebody that suits their idea, they just find a woman and assume that she can turn into that, but it's not going to happen. And women do the same thing. They love opportunistically. They want that high value man, the guy that's handsome, charismatic, has a good job, makes good money, is a good provider, is a good protector. At the same time, he's a guy that other women are attracted to. She can show, she wants a guy that is an opportunity. It's no secret. Women love celebrities, athletes, so on and so forth. They love high status men. Everybody knows that. But as a man, it's not that difficult to be fairly high status in your local sexual market. And other than that, like I said, all you got to do is play the field and accept people for who they really are. And the moment that you realize somebody is not who you need them to be, you have to cut them off. You got to grow the balls, man up, and cut them off. Stop assuming that they're going to become what you want them to become. Anyways, guys, hope this video was somewhat informative. I won't hold you up any longer. That's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.